welcome to the most ultimate show on automobiles, where we get you the latest, the best and the most beautiful machines on the tarmac. I'm Bhuvan Chaudhary and you're watching Auto Today. This week on the show, we take you to the biggest motorcycling fiesta in India, the India Bike Week. Then we zoom off to catch up with the latest Mercedes hatchback. You ready? Let's get going. Now, since the last 3 years, every biker worth his salt wants to be in Goa. The reason why? Because February is the month where Goa celebrates the biggest motorcycle extravaganza, the biggest motorcycle fiesta in India, the India Bike Week. So what we did? Well, the Auto Today team went to Goa to get you the wheels spinning, to get you the adrenaline pumping action.
Are you ready?
High revs, heavy metal, and badass bikers. We're bringing you the year's biggest motorcycling extravaganza. India Bike Week 2016, straight from sunny Goa. The hottest set of wheels graced the roads of India's party capital as IBW 2016 kicked off in style. This is where riders were welcomed home for a 2-day-long party high on the pure love and passion for two wheels. Custom builds, stunting champions, music, movies, beautiful people, and of course, the sizzling motorcycles. They were all there in this year's mega motorcycling festival.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Auto Today, and in this week's episode we are bringing you all the action from India's biggest motorcycling event, the India Bike Week 2016.
Everybody, are you excited?
Stunting the black art of dancing with a motorcycle is a sport often deemed illegal. But here are a bunch of professional stunt riders who are here to prove that such fun can be had in a perfectly controlled environment. Five professional teams participated from various cities of the country and battled for the national championship crown. And while at it, they were surely having a lot of fun.
10, 9, 8.
The best of the best are called to judge the teams, and here's Bhuvan Chaudhary, a pioneer of freestyle stunt riding in India, sharing his views on the event.
You've seen this event progressing through 4 years. Obviously the level has gone up every year. So tell us what all it takes to come up to this level.
Lot of practice, that is for sure. I see the guys who have come here, they've become more and more progressively, they become more and more professional in what they're doing. And that sort of skill and that sort of expertise comes only by practice, and nothing else can get you there.
And Bhuvan, we all know that you've been stunting for so many years now. Does it, like looking at these youngsters, do you feel like coming back and showing them a few tricks?
I would love to, but seeing the level at what these guys are now, I don't think I stand a chance.
The madness that the IBW is even managed to draw one of the biggest names in stunt motorcycling, Dougie Lampkin. And when he's in the mood, the 12-time world champion can really leave you in awe of his godly skills.
Here we are with Dougie Lampkin, 12-time trial bikes champion. Dougie, this is India Bike Week and you're here for the first time. Tell us what you feel about this festival.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic to be here. It's been a lot of planning to take the time to get here and put it in my schedule and send the bike and everything. So, yeah, no, it's really great to be here. I'm really, grateful. My first visit to India was the India Bike Week, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of the weekend.
A motorcycling fest on such a massive scale has riders riding a medley of big cruisers, scramblers, sport bikes, and guess what, even a three-wheeler. So naturally, IBW presents itself as an opportunity for manufacturers of these beautiful machines to showcase their creations. Triumph Motorcycles had the new range of Bonneville motorcycles to boast about, with the gorgeous Thruxton R, the neo-retro Street Twin, and the good old but properly modern T120. From the Brit Brutes to the American Bruisers, Harley-Davidson Motorcycles had an exciting collection of custom motorcycles on display, along with the newly launched Sportster 1200 Custom. Indian motorcycles were there too, showcasing the iconic Roadmaster at their stall. And while the bigger American giants hogged the limelight, another American manufacturer, Motorcycles, announced prices for the Renegade Sport and Renegade Commando. How could there not be an Italian exotica among the plethora of motorcycles at IBW? Ducati took wraps off the stunning 959 Panigale and has priced it at 14 lakh rupees ex-showroom in Delhi. Another Italian, Benelli Motorcycles, displayed not one but 4 new bikes, previously showcased by the brand at the recently concluded Auto Expo.
Ladies, can you look here, please? Photographs.
The joy of a motorcycle is in its customization. A personal touch gives every motorcycle an individual identity, and the IBW had master craftsmen showing off their bike building skills as part of the Biker Build-Off contest.
So at the India Bike Week 2016, a lot of custom motorcycles can be seen here. A lot of quirky creations, good looking as well. And first of all, we start with Do Chakki designs. You can see it's a very interesting design. Can you tell us a little bit about the motorcycle and how you've come about building it?
Sure. It's a 1985 Royal Enfield standard engine. We started with that, and the whole concept behind the bike is that we wanted to make something which shows our respect to our Indian Army. So the whole concept behind this bike that we are like, as you might have seen, that Indian Army has that basic geometrical shapes in their tanks and all these places, and they have very metal and everything. So that's what we wanted to make it in this bike. We want to bring that feeling into our bike. That's why we named the bike Lokhand. Lokhand means metal and Loha and all that devotee. So the whole idea behind that was that it should give that raw feeling of Indian Army.
Unlike mass production manufacturers, these ambition builders put in many hours, blood, sweat, and a lot of money into creating these one-off projects.
So from a big, burly, mean-looking machine to this nice, sleek-looking cafe racer, let's check out who built this and what this bike is all about.
The basic concept was breaking the whole stereotype of a Royal Enfield can't perform, a Royal Enfield can't handle well, it's only for lazy beans. So no, it's against that kind of stereotype that we have in India. It's a performance engine.
All right, and let's talk to the design team here. How much of a challenge did Azim present to you when he suggested this idea of building this motorcycle?
The biggest challenge in making this bike was fitting a bullet engine on a Delta frame. Like, we never thought that we will be doing this. So when he gave the brief, it was like, okay, we should think about it. And then once he started, he's like, man, this engine will fit direct. They won't, like, people will say that this engine was built for this chassis and not for something else.
Yeah, basically Shaunak just disclosed one of our biggest secrets. He was not supposed to disclose the fact that Yamaha frame, it's like custom built for this engine. Fitting this engine was such a such a easy kind of thing. I told Shaunak, I called up Shaunak that Shaunak, this thing is direct fitting. The dynamics are so perfect. But he was not supposed to tell that.
And so your secret is out in the market now.
But the one who will start building, he'll know what he has to do. One just cannot go and just fit the engine.
While some like to create machines, there are others who are creating experiences, realizing dreams and fulfilling their riding aspirations. Big Trip offers such an opportunity for a select few to share their achievements with keen listeners of their travel tales. Here's one half of the duo who took on the world on their humble Yezdi, speaking his heart out.
We're actually pushing the motorcycle into the Heathrow passenger lounge, into the area where you guys actually board, get a boarding pass. This cannot happen again. Yeah, my bike is on the conveyor belt because that's part of the luggage.
Top motocross rider CS Santosh also made an appearance, sharing the thrilling highs and lows from the gruesome Dakar rally as India's first and only entrant and finisher.
I raced everything from motocross, supercross and dirt track. After having pretty much won everything there was to win in India, I did step outside of India. I did race in Sri Lanka where I won most of my races. I did also venture out to the Asian Motocross Championship where I finished the top 5. I'm still the highest placed Indian in the Asian Motocross Championship.
The amazing concept that IBW is has been formulated by one man and his team, Martin Da Costa, CEO of the 70 Event Media Group, and we get him to share his enthusiasm and experience of India's biggest biking festival.
So almost at the end of IBW 2016 for us, it's been a ball. There's still so much excitement and music going on here. The party is still on, and I have here with me Martin, who's been associated with the IBW for 4 years. Martin, please tell us how it's been for you, the journey throughout the 4 years, and how this year has been.
Well, you know, this year we've been, I think we've been amazed really by the size and the scale of it. It looks like we've had about 12,500 bikers have come down from all over India to celebrate and party with us. So from where we started 4 years ago to where we are now, it's been one hell of a journey.
How difficult it is, I'm sure our viewers here want to know how difficult it is to organize something at this scale.
You know, when you're building something which is your passion and you love doing it and you love the people that come here, it's not that difficult, but it is a lot of work. It's 6 to 8 months worth of hard work that not just we do, but our partners at Fox TV also do. So yeah, it's a labor of love.
Tremendous effort, Martin. Thank you so much for this lovely, lovely event for motorcyclists all across the country.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much. There we are then. IBW 2016, it was phenomenal, and this is Abhik Das saying goodbye from Goa and IBW 2016. See you later.
If you missed the revelry this year at the brilliant India Bike Week, we leave you with enough and more to consider packing your bags and saddling up on your ride for next year.
As Auto Today journalists go zipping about the countryside, burning the tarmac, getting you the best reports when it comes down to the motorcycles and the cars. We are always very, very safe. So what we'll do is going to give you a quick advisory. My colleague Shivan gets you the appropriate distance that you need to maintain while on the road from other cars to be safe.
You know, whenever you hear the sound of a vehicle screeching like this on the road, you're almost mentally prepared and anticipating the sound of a bang at the end of that screech. This happens when the driver does not brake on time, and this is exactly how most accidents happen on the streets. I'm Bhuvan Chaudhary, and today I'm going to talk to you about braking distance and the seconds you need for your safety. Okay, so first things first, let me make it crystal clear. While driving, if you're close enough to the car in front to see exactly what all is lying on its parcel tray, somewhat something like this, mark my words, you are way too close to that car. What you need to do is press the brakes right away and back off, because you're not driving in a safe zone. So the way to do it is, apply what we at Auto Today call the 3-second gap. What it means is that when you're driving, the car in front, once it passes any stationary object, it should take you a minimum of 3 seconds to cross that same object. Like you see this flyover? Now once the car in front crosses it, count to 1, 2, 3 and you cross it as well. So 3 seconds is what is advisable when you're driving on the highway, and you should maintain a minimum of a 2-second gap when you're driving in the city. Think of a traffic light that you're trying to clear before the light turns red. What do you think happens to your safety distance at that time? You think you maintain a 3-second gap? Just look at the vehicles over here. Most of them are going to cross even after the light turns red, and they're speeding up. This is the time when you're most susceptible for a crash. Take our advice. It's a humble plea from Auto Today's side. Follow the 3-second gap and ensure that you reach home safely. I'm Bhuvan Chaudhary signing off. I'll see you next time.
The A-Class is currently the most affordable Mercedes in India, but that doesn't mean it skimps on the luxury.
Some believe that there's a perfect car out there just for them, and if you're the kind of person who thinks sedans are boring, Mercedes-Benz has freshened up their A-Class to appeal just to you. It's got sportier looks, it's got a very, very well-made interior, and power is just slightly up too.
Subtle changes to the exterior give the A-Class a sporty edge. In case you're wondering, the grille, bumper and headlamps have been revised.
So the new A-Class gets changes inside the cabin to bring it more in line with the CLA class and the GLA class, with which it shares its architecture. So you get this 8-inch touchscreen up in front. You get driver select modes. You can choose from comfort, sport, and individual mode, where you can tailor engine response, steering feel and climate control. And of course eco mode that makes throttle inputs very softened and prefers a gear or two higher to give you a little more mileage.
Adding to the ambience is the new 7-inch touchscreen, superbly supported sports seats and panoramic sliding sunroof.
For a hatchback, the A-Class doesn't sacrifice too much when it comes to practicality. There is decent enough knee room, but seating 3 in here might be a pinch. The cool bit is this armrest that you have that also gives you access into the boot. So if you're doing a long road trip and you want something from the boot, like this pack of gum, voila.
The diesel engine, though noisy, is eager and delivers power seamlessly. The auto gearbox can also be operated manually with the pedals. Dynamic drive modes affect the steering feel, drive response and suspension settings. Overall, the new A-Class with dynamic drive modes offers great ride quality with sporting intentions should the need arise.
All right, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Auto Today. This is me, Preeti Chaudhary, getting my colleague, Auto Today journalist Abhik, to switch the ignition off.